here. Today we're going to talk about bookkeeping and virtual currency. As most of you who are in virtual currency know, we really don't have very good bookkeeping systems set up yet to track our virtual currency income. What I want to make sure to stress here is that if you are earning virtual currency and also investing in virtual currency and thereby having gains or losses, be careful that your bookkeeper, or you, if you're the bookkeeper, that you're not combining those two different forms of income, because these two forms of income are taxed very differently. So if you are mining virtual currency or being paid for services in virtual currency, that's self-employment income, and that has to be reported on your tax return separately from the income that you're getting from selling your Bitcoin, or trading or whatever else. These have to be tracked separately, not netted together. This is a big problem when I talk to bookkeepers of people who are mining or have self-employment income, is that they didn't realize that these were two different forms of income and had to be tracked separately. So I'm in the middle of the tax return and I scratch my head and think, something's not right. I call the bookkeeper and they go, oh, you needed me to separate those. Yeah, I really did. So make sure you're not combining those different kinds of income. Also, different related expenses, tracked separately. The second thing that gets difficult here is if you have used some of your virtual currency to purchase assets for the business. So for example, this happened with a client recently. I was going through the profit and loss and I thought, God, he's got like no expenses for his self-employment for mining. This is strange. So I called him and he said, oh, well, no, what happened is I used some Bitcoin to buy my ASICs. Well, because it didn't go through the checkbook, the bookkeeper didn't catch it. So he was not getting credit for these expenses. So this is difficult because QuickBooks is really not set up to track these expenses. You have to talk to your bookkeeper. Adjustments need to be made in the profit and loss statement so that you get credit for the expenses that were paid with virtual currency. So the bottom line, the moral of the story here is beware, very, very aware, to make sure that your expenses are recorded and the expenses and income for the different kinds of activities are being reported separately. Thanks. Don't forget that I have a book that can help you understand your virtual currency tax obligations. It's called Virtual Tax, the Taxation of Virtual Currency. It's available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. Now for the fine print, these are general tax principles. Talk to your tax preparer before applying any of these principles to your own tax return. I am not responsible for any tax return that I have not prepared. Hey, if this presentation was helpful for you, hit like. If not, tell me what you didn't like so that I can do better. Share this with your friends who could use the information. Thanks for listening.